Thank you for choosing to watch my story. Stop it, Kevin. It hurts. Stop it, or I'll scream. Lily cried out in pain. It was a usual afternoon at home with just Lily and her older brother Kevin. Their parents were busy with work, leaving the two kids alone. The house was quiet, missing the usual background noise. Kevin, always curious, flipped through TV channels looking for something interesting. He stopped at a strange video. It wasn't meant for kids. The people in it looked older, and their actions didn't make sense to Lily. Kevin, with a mischievous grin, suggested they watch it. It's just a little weird, but it's fine, he said. Lily felt uneasy, but didn't want to seem scared in front of Kevin. Though she felt confused, she decided to go along because he was her older brother. They watched for a while even though it made Lily feel strange and uncomfortable. Then Kevin got an idea. Let's try what they're doing, he said excitedly. Lily didn't want to, but she followed Kevin. As they tried to copy the video, Lily felt worse. Something felt wrong in her body, and she felt mixed up inside. She stopped and pulled away. Kevin, I don't like this, she said, her voice trembling. At first, Kevin didn't listen and kept going. Lily's chest felt tight and she didn't know what to do. It's just a game, Kevin said, but he saw she wasn't having fun. Lily quickly got up and sat on the couch, trying to breathe. She didn't understand why the video made her feel so bad. She thought about telling her parents, but didn't want to bother them since they were busy. Plus, she didn't know how to start the conversation. Eventually, Kevin came over looking guilty. I'm sorry, Lily, he said. I didn't know it would make you feel bad. Lily didn't respond. She was still trying to make sense of everything. The next day, she woke up feeling strange and couldn't shake off the thoughts from the day before. She tried to focus at school, but all she could think about was the video and how it made her feel. She kept her discomfort to herself, hoping it would go away. At home, their kind neighbor, Mrs. Johnson, noticed that Lily seemed upset. Mrs. Johnson was always friendly and often helped when Lily or Kevin needed someone to talk to. Lily, you don't look like yourself today. Is something bothering you? Mrs. Johnson asked with a warm smile. Lily wasn't sure what to say. She thought about the video and how it made her feel. I'm okay, Lily said quietly, not wanting to trouble Mrs. Johnson, but Mrs. Johnson saw right through her. You know, Lily, it's okay to talk about things if you need to, she said gently. Mrs. Johnson's kind words made Lily feel safe, so she decided to share what had happened. As Lily explained about the video and how it made her feel, Mrs. Johnson listened carefully, nodding along. Lily felt embarrassed, but Mrs. Johnson didn't make her feel bad. I'm glad you told me, Lily, Mrs. Johnson said. That video wasn't meant for kids, and it's normal to feel upset about it. Lily felt a little better after talking about it. But I didn't know what was happening, Lily said. Why was it on TV? It didn't seem like something I should see. Mrs. Johnson smiled gently. Sometimes there are things on TV that aren't meant for younger people. It's important to know what makes you feel good and what doesn't. If something makes you feel uncomfortable, it's okay to stop watching and talk to someone about it, she explained. Mrs. Johnson paused for a moment, then added, it's also important to know that your body is yours, and no one should make you do anything you don't want to do. Lily felt more at ease. Mrs. Johnson's words made her feel understood, but Lily still wasn't sure how to tell her parents about it. The next day, Mrs. Johnson spoke to Lily's mom about what had happened. She explained everything kindly, making sure Lily's mom understood that Lily had seen something she shouldn't have. Thank you for telling me, Mrs. Johnson, Lily's mom said, looking concerned. I'm so sorry, Lily. I didn't know that video was on TV. We should have been more careful. Remember, you can always come to me with anything. Lily felt relieved hearing her mom's kind words. She hadn't known how to bring it up, but her mom was understanding. We'll talk more about these things, Lily's mom said. But for now, just know that you're safe. Lily nodded, feeling comforted. It was nice to know she could talk to her mom about anything, no matter how confusing it seemed. After the conversation with their mom, Kevin sat down with Lily. He looked nervous. Lily, "I'm really sorry for showing you that video. I didn't know. It would make you feel bad," he said sincerely. Lily looked at her brother and realized he didn't mean to hurt her. She had been upset with him, but now she saw that he was just curious too, and didn't fully understand. "It's okay," Lily replied, with a small smile. "I just didn't like how it made me feel. I didn't know what was going on, and it scared me." Kevin nodded. "I get it now. I won't do that again." They both felt better after the apology, and things started to feel more normal between them. The next few days were quieter, but Lily's family had a lot to talk about. Her mom explained more about things like personal boundaries and how Lily should always feel safe and comfortable. "It's okay to have questions," her mom said. "But if something makes you feel bad or confused, it's important to talk about it, just like you did with me and Mrs. Johnson." Lily smiled, feeling reassured. She realized that even though it was a bit uncomfortable at first, talking about the situation had made her feel stronger. She was learning to stand up for herself and trust her feelings. Lily also learned more about the importance of knowing what is appropriate for her age. Her mom explained that some things were meant for adults and it was okay not to understand them. "You're still learning about the world, and it's important to take things one step at a time," her mom said. Lily nodded, feeling grateful for her mom's guidance. She didn't feel as scared or confused anymore. She knew that if she ever had questions again, she could always ask. Lily's family took some time to learn about proper education regarding bodies and relationships. Her mom explained that there were safe and healthy ways to talk about these topics. "It's important to know what's right for you at every age," her mom said. "That way, when you're older, you'll feel comfortable and confident in your own body." Lily listened carefully. She understood that it wasn't about hiding things from her, but about learning at the right time. "So it's okay to ask questions, but I should wait until I'm ready to know more?" Lily asked. Her mom smiled and nodded. "Exactly. And I'll always be here to help you when you're ready." Lily felt happy that her family was having these talks. She wasn't afraid anymore. She knew that her body was hers to protect, and she could always ask questions if something confused her. It felt good to know that her parents were there for her. As days went by, Lily felt even closer to her mom. They spent more time together, like baking cookies or reading books. Lily was glad her mom had taken the time to explain everything to her. It made her feel safe knowing that her mom understood her and would always listen when she had something on her mind. One evening, as they were putting away dishes after dinner, Lily decided to bring up the topic again. "Mom, I'm glad we talked about the video," Lily said quietly. Her mom paused and looked at her with a kind smile. "Me too, sweetie," she replied. "It's really important to me that you always feel comfortable asking questions." Lily smiled back, feeling reassured. "I feel like I can come to you whenever I have a question now," she said. Her mom hugged her tightly and nodded. "That's exactly what I want, Lily. You can always talk to me, no matter what." In that moment, Lily realized just how strong the trust between her and her mom was. She was glad she had spoken up, and now felt more confident in their relationship than ever before. One sunny Saturday, Lily and Kevin went to the park with their mom. It was a nice break from their usual routine, and they were both excited to play outside. Kevin ran ahead to the swings, but Lily stayed behind to chat with her mom as they walked. Lily thought about how things had changed. She felt more grown up, knowing that she could talk to her mom about anything. "Mom," Lily began, "I feel better now about everything that happened." Her mom smiled and nodded, understanding exactly what she meant. "I'm glad, Lily," she said. "You're growing and learning so much, and I'm proud of you for being brave and talking about your feelings." Lily smiled back, feeling reassured. She realized that talking about her feelings had made her stronger and more confident in their relationship. The following week, Mrs. Johnson invited Lily and her mom over for tea. It was a lovely afternoon, and Mrs. Johnson's house always felt cozy. As they sipped tea, Mrs. Johnson and Lily's mom continued talking about how to ensure their kids were always safe and comfortable. "It's important to have open conversations about things that might feel uncomfortable," Mrs. Johnson said. "When kids feel safe to ask questions, They can learn at their own pace. Lily listened quietly, happy to know that Mrs. Johnson was always there to support her. "I've learned a lot from you, Mrs. Johnson," Lily said shyly. "I'm glad you helped me talk to my mom." Mrs. Johnson smiled warmly. "I'm proud of you, Lily," she said. "It's not always easy to talk about tough things, but it's always worth it." Lily felt grateful for her neighbor's kindness. Mrs. Johnson had always been there for her, and now Lily understood more about why those important conversations mattered. She was learning to be brave in her own way, and that gave her a sense of strength she hadn't realized before. As time went on, Lily began to understand more about personal boundaries and their importance. She remembered what her mom had taught her about saying no when something didn't feel right, and practiced using her voice when something made her uncomfortable. One day at school, Lily was playing with her friends during recess when one of them, Lucy, tried to push her into playing a game that Lily didn't like. Lily felt uneasy, but remembered her mom's advice. "No, thank you, Lucy," Lily said firmly, stepping back. "I'd rather do something else." Lucy looked a little surprised, but quickly nodded and found another game to play. Lily felt proud of herself for speaking up. She realized that her voice mattered, and that she could trust herself to set boundaries whenever she needed to. Later that day, Lily told her mom about the situation. "I'm so proud of you for standing up for yourself," her mom said, giving her a big hug. Lily smiled, knowing that she had learned an important lesson, one that would help her feel confident and safe in any situation. As the months passed, Lily continued to grow in many ways. She learned about her body, boundaries, and the importance of respecting herself and others. She wasn't afraid to ask questions when something didn't make sense, and she knew she could always talk to her mom, Kevin, or Mrs. Johnson when she needed help. Her family had taught her that it was okay to be curious, but it was just as important to be safe and listen to her feelings. One evening, as Lily was getting ready for bed, she thought about how much had changed. The experience that started with confusion and discomfort had led to so many important lessons. She felt stronger now, knowing she could handle anything that came her way. "I'm growing up," she thought with a smile, "and I know I'm ready to face whatever comes next." With her family's love and support, Lily knew that she could continue to learn, ask questions, and always be true to herself. She closed her eyes, feeling confident and ready for tomorrow. And so, Lily's journey continued one step at a time, always learning, always growing, and always knowing that her voice mattered. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment where you are watching from. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.